spider almost had dinner. Oh, no, true. Some flies.
Oh, down in there?
Yeah, blasted into that spider web, and the spider was like, shit, yeah, and then the fly bounced out.
Yeah, we've been working on our Halloween decorations for,
Nice.
since last Halloween when we didn't take them down. By that I mean there are a lot of cobwebs in this fucking house.
So I'm gonna take this thing right here as my item.
That's good.
Okay.
That works for me, man.
Oh yeah, I guess we have to retro back before that because I couldn't have long rested in Surlar.
Exactly. All's well. Logistics. I
Yeah.
think. Okay. Video doesn't matter as much as audio, so I think we're good.
60 gold.
Alright, gang. Welcome back to D&D. Welcome, Walter.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Alright, D&D and shit. Alright, we have a recap.
Dawn of the Dragon War and a handful of kings.
Part 2,
Part
Redemption.
dose, yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons, no guts, no glory.
Electric Boogaloo.
Electric Boogaloo.
Back in the habit.
Part 2.
Uh-oh. Oh, I'm monitoring. That's what's going on. I'm like, why do I hear us talking?
Mizu.
Alright. Our story begins many moons ago in Garagil Tavern, where a Nospelf druid, dragonborn paladin, Eladrin ranger, tiefling warlock, and a half-orc monster hunter met. They all enjoyed ale and spirits while they chatted and commiserated on their recent experiences on the road. Little did they know what their futures had in store for them. While Odarth had enjoyed relative peace for decades, a nobleman by the name of Donald Dagon had recently laid claim to the territory in which they found themselves. This Dagon, a descendant of past nobility who held no true claim to any lands, felt that the current king, King Rollo Hobarth, was far too tolerant of the lesser races, which was leading to the economic downfall of the entire nation. This Lord Dagon also felt that the lack of tradition, the imbibing of alcohol and other intoxicating substances, along with the worship of non-human deities, would soon lead to the end of humanity as we know it. Most offenders were executed without any sort of trial, this typically being a thin excuse for murdering non-human trash. While in this tavern, the adventurers were approached by a filthy old man with red-gray hair. He begged the group for a flagon of ale, and the Nospelf obliged. The beggar thanked him for his generosity and sauntered off to slurp up his hard-earned beverage. Moments later, the newly met group of travelers came to with their heads locked in a terrifying device comprised of a pillory positioned over a stone trough in which boiling hot pig fat would be poured, boiling their heads until their gruesome demise. Donald Dagon's men had captured them and barked to the party that they were to be executed for imbibing foul drink and for being a racial blight upon the land. Moments before they were to be boiled to death, a torrential rainstorm of arrows fell from the sky, mulching the guards before the party's horrified eyes. The next thing they could remember was coming to in the back of a wagon, being driven by a strangely familiar-looking man. He had the features of a dwarf, but was still as tall as a human. He laughed heartily, chucked a bottle of whiskey back to the party, and introduced himself as Shim Sham. He had shanghaied the party in exchange for saving their lives from the clutches of the Crimson Brigade. To get back to their homeland, the party would need to accompany a shipment of excavation tools to the site of an ancient artifact for Gundren Rockseeker, an up-and-coming treasure hunter who wished to find the legendary so-called Forge of Spells. However, as fate would have it, Gundren was mysteriously kidnapped, forcing the party to seek out his captors so that they would complete their assignment and go home. During their search for Gundren, the party discovered that he had been captured by a vengeful Drider, who wished to transform himself into a drow so that he could seek vengeance on his brethren who had oppressed him and his people. Balthazar and his comrades cleverly dispatched the Black Spider, but were unable to save Gundren and his brother. One night, while still on the Sword Coast, Mendardus and Nisala entered a meditative dream state, where they encountered a vision of Mendardus' troubled brother, Ameryl. Ameryl vowed to see the Noswoods burn and told Mendardus he was serving a cult that wished to resurrect the Uberlich Vecna, force him to breed with Lolth, an evil god of the Drow. Their hope would be that the resulting offspring could bring upon the end of the world. Having fulfilled the end of the bargain, the party was safely transported home by Shimsham, who revealed himself to be a well-traveled adventurer who had ascended to demigodhood for his brave deeds. In recent times, he has served the gods as a contractor of sorts, who finds mortals to carry out their bidding. This voyage to the lost mine of Phandelver was sort of a job interview, which the party had passed. Not knowing whether or not Shimsham could be trusted, the party decided not to take any immediate assignments for him. Instead, they decided to go to the nearby port town of Shaman in hopes of finding other ways to earn money and seek excitement. During their travels in Shaman, they saw a bounty poster asking for adventurers to travel to a town called Hogsfeet in order to slay a torrent of beasts who were coming out of a large crevasse in the earth. Among the party was a half-orc named Gwang, who came from this small town. His family had defended them from the horrors that sprang from the crevasse for generations, but there had been many years of silence from them. Why did the curse return, they wondered. During the travels, the group encountered a gang of dancing bandits who were transporting an interesting prisoner who turned out to be Lars de Benedetto, a brother of the leader of the King's Hand. He ended up disgusting the party and was quickly dispatched. On the road to Hogsfeet, the group stumbled upon a horribly disfigured man in the woods who warned them of an impending civil war between the King's Hand, who served King Rollo, the true king of Odarth, and the Crimson Brigade, a group of thuggish mercenaries turned into a ruthless army for the puritanical Donald Dagon. This man had stumbled into a secret meeting between Vars de Benedetto and the formerly living brother, Lars. Vars being the King's Hand leader, Lars being a high-ranking member of the Crimson Brigade. While Vars had been known in his younger years as an esteemed gladiator and powerful warrior, he was much more well known as a ruthless leader now, who commands the King's Hand, keeping Odarth in a secure, albeit somewhat oppressed peace. Lars was unknown to the party at the time, but from the sounds of the story, he was an upcoming member who was much to be reckoned with. The subject of this meeting was that their intention was to allow the Crimson Brigade to press up into the northern territories with some early victories. As soon as the raided townships realized how much they hated being under Dagon's rule, the superior King's Hand would wash over the recently acquired territories, slaughtering many of the Crimson Brigade and killing off Dagon in the process. As soon as he finished telling his story, the mutilated man vanished in the thin air, revealing himself to be a ghost. The party then traveled on to Hogsfeet in order to deal with the recent scourge, where they met a beholder by the name of Resmuk. Resmuk desires to conquer the planet, and he intends to use Odarth as headquarters for his invasion. He knows it will take many, many months for his armies to travel to this plane, but in the meantime, he wants to begin Odarth's preparation for his arrival. Resmuk charged this party with traveling to the capital city and telling the king to prepare for the invasion. The crazed beholder put a curse on them and told them if they did not deliver the message to the king within a month's time, they would certainly be dead. While attempting to enter a cave near the crevasse, a sudden tremor caught the party off guard, and Balthazar was knocked into a coma by a large boulder. During this incident, a dark folk man named Quocus approached them and offered to save Balthazar's life if they would fulfill a wish of his. His village had been decimated by the same monsters that plagued Hogsfeet, and wanted Balthazar's friends to enter into his memories in order to save his village, and at least set things right in his mind, if not in actual reality. Fortunately, the party was able to save the Dark Folk village, and in returning from the vision quest, incidentally brought two mysterious beings with them. One, a rock gnome treasure hunter named Lanthal, and the other, a geriatric Odarthian soldier turned sorcerer named Jogrin. Quocus had fulfilled his promise shortly after saving Balthazar, but in doing so, sacrificed his own life. Hogsfeet was far beyond saving, and Quocus knew that there was no way they could have saved it. They were the only ones who could save Odarth, and his wish was to keep them alive so that they could live to do it. Mindardus decided that saving his home in the Nosp Woods was more important than saving his own life, so he fled that direction. Nysala, believing that she should accompany him on his journey in hopes of keeping him from getting killed, left along with him, and their friend Droop the Goblin Cook joined. The vigilant travelers encountered a band of the Crimson Brigade who were transporting Tallulah, the king's betrothed, as their prisoner. They bravely dispatched the captors and decided they would help guide Tallulah back to the king. During their travels, the party befriended an ancient black dragon by the name of Jah, who implied that he wishes to aid them on their adventures. They have learned little much more of him since. The party, who came across a group of slaughtered gnome slaves, had been previously held by the Crimson Brigade. Fast forward, page alter. ... When Lintau, Jogren, and Balthazar reached the capital city of Osteldu, they learned that it was closed off to outsiders, as the king had apparently fallen ill with some strange affliction. They were turned away at the gates a mere 2 days before the bounds of their curse were to elapse, threatening their very lives. As fate may have it, that very night they were sitting around the campfire. King Rolo Hovarth himself stumbled into their campsite, swinging his claymore, dressed only in his pajamas.
Pajamas!
After realizing that the party was not a threat, he revealed he was no longer in his castle, or why he was no longer in his castle, and why the news of his illness was a mere lie. A masked assassin had slain Corythius, the king's body double and concubine, which Rollo witnessed from the safety of his closet. He escaped narrowly by climbing out his window and running into the wilderness, where he met the party. The party told him of Resmok's impending invasion, thus breaking the geese spell and saving their lives in the nick of time. Rollo suspects that Atropar, the Nosp ambassador, is behind the attempts on his life, and tells them that they must travel to Sumervale in hopes of learning of the impending Vecna cult and their alliance with the Loth cult. The adventurers have been charged with the duty of guiding the king and his betrothed to the safekeeping of Rollo's old confidant, Shimsham, so that he can remain in hiding until they find out who indeed is responsible for the assassination attempt. The members of the party are the only ones who know that the true king is missing from the castle, so keep that in mind. While transporting the king's betrothed up the mountainside to Shimsham's hideout, they encountered a large boulder in their path, which Jogren drunkenly attempted to clear, with a powerful spell that caused a landslide, trapping the party in a long-forgotten mine, separating them from the king and his betrothed. In this mine, the party met Farik, a Kenku cleric of Agran, who worked as a cook for the people running this mine. He was being held captive by kobolds working under the orders of Vars Devendetto. The mine was also filled with dragonborn and gnomes working as slaves. The mine had been repurposed for refining second-grade ebonite being sold off from the mainland. Ebonite is a dangerous but powerful material that corrupts the land and the people it touches. Farik poisoned the food intended for Vars and the human overlords, and agreed to distract them while the adventurers tried to free the slaves and other captives. Unfortunately, the party was unable to free the slaves, as they had been shackled through the bone and most were dying from malnourishment. Farik was also slaughtered in the process. While spying on a secret meeting, Lanthau overheard a conversation between Vars Devendetto, his subordinates, and a mysterious and horrifying armed figure who tore a man in half with his bare hands. Vars indicated that he wished to do away with Atropar, who no longer served a purpose. Devendetto was alerted to the party's intrusion, so he ordered his men to collapse the mines. The party was unable to do much more, but fortunately found a secret cavern, known only to the kobolds who kept it hidden from the humans who ordered them around. In this lair, Lanthau freed a Durgar barbarian from a magical ice cube with the aid of his coin. The Durgar swore a life oath to the party for freeing him, introducing himself as the Great Husk Shalebrow. After narrowly escaping the mine, the party learned that a magical artifact called the Dragon Arch may have become active after many years of dormancy. During periods of activity, the dragons are able to absorb each other's power, after killing one another. The ensuing chaos can be devastating to the village caught in the wake of these battles. Home stretch, guys. Shimsham also warns the party that he believes Mindardus' brother Emeril is involved with the cult that wishes to create the spawn of Vecna and Lolth. Shimsham tells the party that Abame was a thriving aquatic society of water-dwelling dragonborn as well. They were advanced in technology and magic and lived in a relative peace compared to other dragonborn before they were wiped out by a mysterious curse, and very few of their kind lived to tell the tale. Many others forgot that they existed at all. He says he doesn't know where the Eye of Hand of Vecna are, but that the libraries in Sumervale have ample information on Vecna, Lolth, and perhaps even the lost city of Abame, mirroring Rillo's thoughts. While conversing in Shimsham's hideout, the party was ambushed by a group of ghouls along with a ghast, luckily vanquishing them, but the clamor attracted Stormripper, the older brother of the young white dragon they had slain earlier. They quickly dispatched him with the help of Shimsham's trebuchet and his loyal gnomes. Having safely slept through the night, the party proceeded on to Surlar on the way to Sumervale. There, they met a Baldrin, a wizard who identified their portal water and warned them of the dangers on the way to Sumervale. They were able to get their faithful dire mule, Canada, fitted with the horseshoes of speed. And that's where you find yourselves now. Thank you for your patience. That was a lot of information.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Sweet.
Thank you for writing all that up.
Hell yeah.
That was incredibly helpful to have as a reference.
Glad to hear.
Previously.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
When we last left our heroes.
Exactly.
It's like the full season recap.
Yeah.
So now that you find yourselves with a finely shoed dire mule and a newly attuned suit of plate armor, cursed by dark forces,
plate armor.
what would you find to do in your day, Balthazar?
Well, my character sheet's all messy now. I should probably just get rid of this armor so I can clean it up. What's his name? Should probably check in with Forwick. I bet he'd be able to help me out. My powers aren't strong enough to remove this curse on my own.
So you move over to Forwick's temple
Yeah, it's pretty late at this point, right?
in the
Is it-
evening.
Hopefully it's one of those temples that's open to all people at all hours.
We shall see.
24/7.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
7-Eleven, religion.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So do you just go up and knock on the door, or do you just want to walk into the temple itself?
So the temple has a door. That's
Yes.
good to know about the temple. Are there any, can I see, flames or light emanating from it at all?
It does seem like a dim glow is coming from under the door, so at least there's candles lit, it would seem.
I would imagine that I have some kind of knowledge of Lathander. He's a neutral good portion guy, so I doubt that he's too secretive. Do I need to roll a check to know whether or not I'd be violating some kind of religious?
I would say you wouldn't know enough, but you do know that most temples, especially of these sort of gods, do serve as kind of, ports in a storm. I mean, you should be able to walk in there and see how things go.
I'm not going in some Mormon inner sanctum or something.
No,
So, yeah,
secret handshakes or pajamas needed. Pajamas, excuse me.
Pajamas, holy pajamas.
Yes.
So I'll just go into the Lathander temple.
Okay.
Gently, respectfully, of course.
Entering the temple of Lathander, you see your friend, the priest, Forwick, standing in front of the altar, mumbling to himself. He turns to you and says, "Hello, hello! I see you have returned. What can I do to help you?"
Yeah, hey Lathander, or Forwick, thank you for having us once again, and I kind of, do my gesticulation towards to Lathander, little cross thing, whatever. I'm sure you have to do something like that. Religions. So I found this really sweet armor. I brandish the gauntlet claws. But I'm feeling pretty cursed since I put this on, and I tried to take it off, and it's not working. See, so can you help me with this, man?
Well, let's see. I mean, I am a cleric. I don't have too much experience removing cursed armor, but I do know the remove curse spell. I mean, we are in hard times. I want to help you, but my temple requires much gold for upkeep, and the constant raids. I mean, they keep emptying out our savings. So,
Oh yes,
I mean,
yes, of
any
course.
payment. I mean, I can't.
I'd love to donate. I would love to donate.
Perhaps
to your
1,000
good
gold
cause.
pieces.
My goodness, that is steep. Lantha, how's the treasury doing, bud?
Let me see. I think
Getting tired. I can't sleep with this shit on. Stuff. I'm sorry. I'm in the house of God.
we're at just under 1,000.
Just under 1,000. That number looks like 6. Oh, that's in your copper column. I see.
I mean, I don't require this payment. I mean, as much as you can spend would be anything you can offer is helpful, but I will be quite drained after performing this spell.
Why, yes, certainly. And we, of course, will, always owe a great debt to you and your temple and your god. I don't really have any magic items I can offer right here.
I've got a sweet amulet.
I have this carving, this original art piece that was made by a local artisan back where I came from. Perhaps I could offer this as a stand-in for 1,000 gold, just as for the time being.
I mean, in any case, at least it's something I could offer to the ruffians next time they come to steal my money. So any payment is better than nothing. All right, I'll prepare my spell. So he goes off to his quarters for a moment. Pardon me for a moment. You hear this like humming and praying in the back. And he comes out and he has his ceremonial garb
for
on,
everyone.
adorned with feathers.
Okay.
And he says, Lathander, I beseech you to remove this curse! And as his voice ascends, you see the armor fading out of existence off of you as you realize that thankfully you have your undergarments on beneath this armor. And a foul stench fills the air, not of you, but of evil being dispatched. Forwick says, That took more out of me than I expected. I must say that filthsome armor has been vanquished from this world, but I must warn you, before I even noticed that armor was evil, I sensed a foul presence following you around, and I don't know that I have the strength to remove it, and so I warn you to be careful of whatever is following you. It is not good.
Thank you for your service. I will surely keep a lookout for the whatever's following me. Who could I talk to about that? Do you know of anyone, perhaps in a different town? Ship?
As he moves to speak, you see a strange commotion come over him as it almost seems like something holds his mouth shut and pulls his head back, and you see in thin air his throat being slowly cut open and blood trickling down, and he just drops in front of you. You hear no
Oh my
sound
goodness.
in the room.
Can I? Do I have an idea if I can do anything to help him with like laying on hands or anything like that?
You can try if you'd like.
Okay, sure. I'll lay on hands.
You lay on hands, however, he has long perished at that point. I won't let you. You don't have to spend the points,
okay.
but as you go to put your hands on him, you realize that he has lost far too much blood.
Oh my goodness. Forwick! No! We've known each other for so long. We've given so much.
The room fills with this stench and becomes so thick it's difficult to breathe. I need you both to
I
roll
think we gotta
Constitution
get out of
saving
here.
throws.
Alright. First save of the game, and it's a 10. Let's see, 13.
13? Chris, what did you get?
20.
Alright. You're both able to hold your breaths and stave off the paralysis that this foul stench seems to be causing. but I would definitely get out of this room.
Yeah, we need to get out of this temple immediately. Let's go.
As you leave the room, the body bursts into flames, and the temple starts burning.
We didn't do it.
Metal. Well,
It's nighttime still.
You
You see a burning temple behind you. No one seems to have
walk
noticed yet.
south.
S enter.
Are you gonna
Exactly.
are you gonna tell the villagers about the temple, or are you gonna try and sneak out?
That's a great question. We should tell the villagers about the temple. I'm a fucking paladin.
Yeah.
let's
seems right.
let's summon the guard or whatever.
Well, it was Lathander, right? So wait, is that your god?
No, more
Okay.
Bahamut than anyone
Okay.
else.
Gotcha.
Oh no.
You fucking drive.
So you're gonna go try and talk to one of the town militia?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I imagine there'd be guards or something out and about.
All
even
right.
in a small little town like
You did
Sherlock.
see a few of them. I mean, Sir Lars less than 100 people, but there were a few guys with spears around. So do you want to head back to kind of the entrance of town where the trail leads in?
Yeah, for sure. We got to get this fire out, man.
All right. The smoke fills the small alleyways of the village, and as you hurriedly make your way over to the guards, I need you to roll a perception check. Both of you. If you're traveling together, I should say.
I probably didn't see anything. That's the 4.
6.
All right.
You guys are very hurried right now.
As you are doing your best to make it over, warning, are you calling out, or are you just running over to the guys?
If I see them and they're within earshot,
You
I would
see
call out.
the guards.
Yeah,
in the
absolutely.
distance. As you call out to them, you make out the dim outline of strange figures killing and ambushing the militia in the distance. They look to be lizard-like or strangely monstrous in form.
Lizard-like, not dragonborn or anything like that.
Not that you can tell
No,
from this
it's
distance.
Wow. How many of them do we see?
There were 4 guards, and all of them have been dispatched. You can't tell how many other figures there are over there, as it's very dark, and they seem to blend in with the terrain around them.
Where is Husk at this point?
He's
Chilling with
absolutely
Joel
like,
or
we're
whatever.
just gonna suspension of disbelief. He's got a press start up at the top of the screen where the health bars are right now. So there's,
exactly.
right now there is no help. There's no Husk.
Player 3, press start.
Yeah, exactly.
Player 4.
Forgot all
To
those coins.
rejoin.
Those coins. That robot ate them all.
Exactly. RX-42.
Well, they've already taken out four of the town guard, and it seems like there may be a lot of them. We have a burning church behind us, a ambushed guard ahead of us.
As you speak out loud, a troglodyte plunges
Yes!
his weapon into you, or attempts to.
Oh,
Roll initiative, everybody.
damn.
You can roll initiative.
The
as well.
trogs!
Oh, cool.
The trogs attacked! Damn it! Rolling so many of those.
Guess I should probably grab my utensil. I'm going to do theater of the mind just because of the chaos aspect of what's going on. What are your respective initiative rolls? Eddie.
5.
Balthazar has 5. Lamthal.
15.
He's got 5 on it.
16 for me.
16. All right. The first troglodyte attempting to plunge his weapon. He has a scimitar. He's the only armed one of any of these. He's just like dumbly wielding a spear he got off of one of the guards he just killed. Fortunately, he misses you since he has no idea how to wield this sort of thing. Just as soon as you notice this buildsome creature, it's kind of a lizard-like, toad-like beast, you realize this has to be a troglodyte. Another mysterious figure jumps into the fray, a dark feathered creature standing on 2 feet. Do you want to describe yourself, Walter?
Yeah, so first let me back up and ask, is it likely that I was here in this town for reasons like before the troglodytes got here, or was I aware that maybe following them or something?
I'll leave it up to you. Yeah, you could have followed them into town. You could have been in town doing business. I'll leave it up to you.
Okay. I'm going to say that I was not following them.
Okay.
That we were waylaid by them. So having smelled smoke and noticing fire pretty quickly, because, of my background, I jumped out and saw these strange figures and decided they were up to no good. And basically just hid myself until an opportune moment came. And I'm just going to drive my spear into the closest troglodyte that has that scimitar.
All right, do it.
13 plus. What am I looking for here?
You hit for sure.
Okay, so off of that, I don't think I have any bonuses to hit here. Okay, so that's a hit. Let me roll my damage. So I'm going to two-hand this thing, so that's 1d8. It's going to be 6 damage.
Nice.
You poke your spear into the trog's side, knocking it off balance. It didn't see you coming. Next up, Lanthau's turn.
You don't get any strength bonus or anything to that?
I might have a +1. I'm not sure exactly how that works on the just simple weaponry.
Oh, it's gonna be your strength modifier plus proficiency if you're proficient in that weapon.
It's simple weaponry, so you have proficiency.
Yeah.
So strength modifier is +1, so it's 7 on that.
Yep.
So it's ability +1 plus proficiency, but I don't know where I get my proficiency bonus.
Oh, I think you're all at +2 still.
+3.
Oh, +3 at level 5.
Oh, based off. Let me just check Druid real quick, because I'm multi-class, so it may not be there. I'm really only level 3. I'll check on that, but it should be between 7.
All
and
house
8.
rule that you don't have to take the proficiency cut for now. We can figure that out. So we'll say that you have the same proficiency as the rest of the party at
Gotcha.
least until we take a break.
Okay, so +2 then. That's gonna be
+3.
+3, so that's 9 damage.
All right.
The proficiency only goes to hit. The
Gotcha.
actual damage is just your ability.
So 7 damage.
All right.
Cool. Thank you for the
The
reminder.
trog is still standing, yet wounded and angry. Lanthau, what are you to do about it?
I'm gonna try and sneak attack that.
It's absolutely within sneak attack range
Cool.
since it's adjacent to one of your party members.
Yeah, I'll sneak attack with my rapier. So that is what 16.
Your rapier plunges into its side.
Oh shit. So that sneak is an extra 3d6?
Mhm.
Jesus Christ.
So it'd be your normal rapier damage, which should be a d8 plus 3d6, and then your dexterity modifier.
So
You're fucking
we'll
ridiculous.
do, so that's 7 and 12 and 18. 21.
21 damage.
Oof.
Fucking sneak attack.
Plunging your rapier into the troglodyte next to the mysterious crow man, it goes all the way through and out the back side, spilling its entire contents of its blood almost immediately onto the ground. It perishes in front of you.
I catch eyes of this creature. What is this?
He's a rock
The
gnome.
whole time I'm looking at the Tenku, just like making
Okay,
sure.
I'll just
'cause I'm not quite sure what to make of this. fucking
rip my
crow
spear
thing.
out of the being and be ready for anything that could happen here.
Alright. Another trog, angered at the death of its brother, attacks the gnome. What's your AC, gnome?
Oh, I didn't. Do I get to do a
bonus action.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you can still hide, dash, or
Just like fucking obliterate this Trog and then hide.
Just stand there.
For the sake of being in the fucking forefront of battle, I'm gonna disengage.
Okay.
Is there anything next to you? Because unless there's something right next to you.
Well, technically, I am.
yeah, I guess so. Yeah, because he could
Okay, yeah, he
opportunity
doesn't know.
attack. That's a good point.
But let me. I'm gonna. If you're giving me an opportunity of some decision, I'm gonna make a non-combat action.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna say, half man.
Quarter man.
Yes. Did you bring
Third man.
these marauders here?
I have no idea where these guys came from.
Dragon man.
Yes.
Have you
Crow
brought?
man.
Yeah. Have you brought these creatures here?
Absolutely not. I'll never associate with trogs.
Trogs.
They
Very
roam
well.
the countryside.
Very well. Let us dispatch of them.
Yes.
Okay.
Excellent. So the uninjured Trog attacking Lanthal. What was your AC?
16.
16. Misses, unfortunately, snarling, snapping at you with its teeth. It attacks again, attempting to claw you. Misses. Its third attack.
Third attack.
Yes. Hits 4. Six damage.
Oh, ouch.
It slices into your flesh. Another Trog. Still, there are 10 of them that have surrounded you at this point.
Damn.
Attempts to attack Balthazar, biting at his face.
This is my face.
Your AC?
Uh,
Insane.
yeah, 20.
Misses.
My face.
Having missed with its bite, it makes 2 claw attacks as well. Missing with both.
No.
Another Trog sneaks up behind the Kenku man, making 3 attacks, 1 with its bite, 2 with its claws. Your AC?
12.
12.
Oof.
I don't have any armor on.
The bite attack connects, his teeth plunging into your feathery arm for a total of 6 damage.
Okay.
Balthazar, your turn has approached.
I look at the crowman and go, "Ugh, you're gonna want to get that cleaned up quick," and then turn back. So how many are surrounding us? 10 are surrounding us. We like
Yes.
back to back kind
There
of
are
right now.
3 within striking distance of you. The other, it would be 6, are all at range at this point. They haven't gotten close to you yet. They're standing back and like surrounding you. So I'd say they're about 10 feet away. The other ones are all just right up on you guys.
Okay.
None of them are hurt at this point.
I guess there would be one close enough to bite me, and at least one close enough to bite you there.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I guess I'll just do multiple attacks if I have one adjacent to me. Might as well.
Sweet.
Thought about doing the breath weapon, but I don't know about that. Let's see, what damage does that do? 2d6 plus cha.
Plus cha.
Cha.
Doodlings.
Yeah.
Oh,
Needed.
Pente beads. I love Pente beads. Alright,
They're real
well,
crystals, guys.
Oh, sorry. Fully charged. I can feel
They're
it.
like $5 each.
nah, fuck it. I'm gonna do breath weapon and try to hit as many of them as I can. I have a 15-foot fire cone. How many can I hit?
You can, where you're at, also you can hit 2 of the...
Oh, only 2?
Yeah.
I'm gonna attack then. So I'm gonna attack the one closest to me, I guess. It's right next to me. That is a shit. I'm gonna inspiration on that because I'm not gonna miss my first attack in 6 months. There we go. That's a little bit
18
better.
plus-
So 18 plus 7, I imagine.
That's
hits.
gonna hit, I believe.
Okay, cool. I believe as well. 1d8 plus 4.
And you're attacking with which weapon?
My longsword.
Okay.
Because I have my shield. So that's all of 6 damage, and then I'm gonna do an extra attack. I imagine that doesn't fell a Trog.
Not quite. Your first strike cuts open its cheek. It hisses at you in anger, spilling its foul blood onto the ground.
Actually, I'm gonna expend a divine smite on that, so that'll do a spell slot, and I get to do 2d8.
Damn.
Divine Smite, this troglodyte is going to be paced.
Yeah, pretty quickly. 5 and 4, so that's another 9, so that's 15 total damage.
All right. You use the side of your sword to just bash the top of this troglodyte's head clean off.
Nice.
Push his head off.
Sailing off the side of a stone cobblestone wall.
Just sending bile and the contents of its stomach spraying all over you.
Alright, cool. Then I get to
Shield
use my
myself
extra
from that.
attack on the one next to, not Freak, but the other Kenku.
Okay.
And that is probably not going to hit. That is a 11 to hit.
Just barely hits.
Oh, does it?
11
Damn. Okay, cool. 8 plus 4, fucking 5 damage.
You use the pommel of your sword to butt the other trog within reach of you.
Donk.
He goes, "Rrrr!" Alright.
It sounded like it sucked for him.
Yeah, I'm sure he did.
One of the trogs that had yet to approach you attempts to grapple the gnome and pull him away from the party. I need you to make a strength
I've probably
saving
this guy
or a
close
strength
to
check.
Oh, what was that?
A strength check, please.
5.
He picks you up and starts moving you away from the party and he's like, let's eat this
Takes me
one!
away.
He says the troglodyte to his friends. You guys, to you, it sounds like, "Rah, rah, rah, rah."
Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
So I guess we got pretty fast going that way.
His friend immediately bites your face, doing 3 damage. He attempts to claw you, and with all the blood from biting you, he misses twice,
Wow.
Jesus.
and that's with advantage. All right. The additional trogs stand back and wait to see what happens. Next up is Walter.
All right. So let me ask you this: the terrain that we're in right now, is it more like a town square? Is it more of a
Like unpaved, I mean, no cobblestones, it's just dirt and grass, essentially. You're in the town, kind of like beaten down grass.
And how far would you say these guys are?
The ones that aren't right on you guys are about 10 feet away.
Okay, so they're within running
There's
distance.
6 of them.
All right, I'm gonna call on the power of Agran and cast Entangle in an area here. I think.
Oh,
that's
damn,
10 feet away.
nice.
We're gonna
Alright.
entangle those motherfuckers. So let's roll to here. I have to actually read the spell exactly how it's written. Sorry, guys. Try to close.
You know what we
things down,
should
but-
do is we should get a small grid sheet so you don't have to roll out the giant map. But like, you know, you could have a grid like this big just for little encounters.
That makes sense.
That'd be
I should have
really
just set it
nice.
up from the get-go, but for this encounter I wanted it to be kind of difficult, because they have chameleon skin, so they can like blend in and out of the area around you, so I like the idea of it being kind of harder to get your bearings.
Fucking trogs, man. We knew this day would come.
Grasping
But,
weeds and vines sprout from the ground in a 20-foot square starting from a point within range. I think there's going to be a 20-foot square.
Okay.
I'm wondering how far that goes, though. Until, does it envelop all of us here at this point? It's 10 foot away.
I'll say the ones immediately on you, if you want to cast it away from yourself, you can ensnare the ones that are further away, including Lankow would be with them since they just pulled them over there.
Gotcha. Well, bye.
Lanthos being held up.
I feel like we need to stop them from
Yeah.
just tearing them apart. So yeah, let's cast it and then land out. Good luck.
Does that entangle affect me as well?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, grasping weeds and vines run through around 20-foot square starting from a point. For the duration, these plants turn the ground area into difficult terrain. Creature in the area, when you cast the spell, must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained by the entangling plants until the spell ends.
Strength saving throw.
Yeah, creature restrained by the plant can use its action to make a strength check against your spell save DC. On a success, it frees itself. So, that'll at least buy us some time before they're all up on you. Okay, cast. I think it's one of those things where it's automatically cast, and then you guys just have to roll savings.
Mm-hmm.
Checks immediately to see.
So I've got
Yeah.
6
A creature in the area when you cast a spell must succeed.
And what's your spell save DC?
Great question.
That'll be 8 plus
Plus my wisdom on this
Yeah.
one? Plus 4. So 12.
12.
I think doesn't it have proficiency or something as well.
Isn't that spell attack? Is proficiency plus?
I actually don't know.
There's no
My
spell
spell
save
save
on
DC
it.
is 14.
Let's
I'm
look it
trying
up
to figure
on
out
the
why
character
14 would have. Because I only have a plus. Okay, I have
Should be on the
plus
13
3
of your
charisma.
sheet. It'll tell
8
you what
plus
has
3 plus 3 would be 14. I think spell save DC has proficiency.
It does. You're right.
Oh, it's 15 on this one, sorry.
In that case, they all fail.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're gonna have to make a save as well, so beat 15.
Strength save,
Strength.
you said?
You can do it. Oh!
15.
Is that a 13? That's a 19
Is it a
on me.
19?
It's a 19
That's
plus.
a damn.
Lanthau is able
19,
to
dude.
make another strength save to try and escape the grapple as well. I'll give you that opportunity at the same time. You can kind of wriggle free of all of it because
So
they're being ensnared right
since
now.
they failed, but I didn't.
Yeah, you have advantage. We'll say.
So I'm doing what? Another strength save?
Yeah,
Okay.
there's an additional one with advantage. So roll twice and take the higher of the two.
Yeah!
17 was high.
Fucking Landau's all hulking out. With his tiny little, arms.
Ripping off
His
all
baby
the
arms.
So now 6 of the troglodytes are ensnared. 3 are not ensnared, and Lanthau is free. Well done. Next up is Lanthau.
Fuck some shit up.
Time to go, combo breaker on them and just hit and kill 3 of them.
Combo breaker. I don't have any sort of multiple attacks, do I?
You would know if you had extra attack at level 5, I'm pretty sure. I think you might get it at level 6.
Okay.
You would get extra attack for a rogue.
Yeah.
Which
Cool.
would be ridiculous.
So, in a situation like this, I would not have advantage on that, right? Just sneak attack.
You would have sneak attack on the ones next to Balthazar, but not the ones that you just snuck out
Right.
from.
Am I close enough that I can, am I close enough that I can move and sneak attack?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I might as well.
You'd have to disengage as one of your
But
actions.
they're
You were in
grappled,
there.
right?
He's out of the grapple now.
But they are not.
Oh,
right?
they're ensnared, yeah. So do they have what they have? Let me see.
I guess, if they're grappled, can they make an attack of opportunity? They can. It sounds like to me like a free disengage.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'll roll that. So yeah, you can just roll away from them and attack one of the guys near Balthazar
Okay.
as a sneak attack.
Cool. So I'll just squeeze.
One
Yeah,
one is wounded, the other is not.
So there are 2 by Balthazar?
There should be. Sorry, there's
We have 9 on the board.
7 ensnared, 2 next to Balthazar.
Got
7. Okay.
Because one of them dragged you away.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 6 here plus the dragger, and then there are 2 here.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Alright, so yeah, I'll just. Are they both in the same. Do they both appear
Both,
in the same
yeah.
state of.
One is hurt, one is not.
One of them's pommeled in the face.
He's like, "Ah!"
My face.
I'll go for a
He's
sneak
just got
attack
the
on the face
stone
pommeled
imprint
one.
on his head.
What's that?
The face pommeled one. I'll go for
Okay.
a sneak attack on him. Just great.
Ah,
Crit
sweet
fail.
Nice.
That inspiration. Inspiration.
Well, you know that you
You
failed.
can't
Yeah.
So you drop your rapier as soon as you go like that, and just goes out of your hand. I'll give you you can use your bonus action to pick it up if you want,
Can I do that? Do I have to roll?
as opposed to hiding, dashing. No, you can just straight up pick it up if you want.
The thing came
Do I have to? What about next round? Would I have to use?
You'd have to use your action to pick it up. Well, actually, no, I'd say that'd be your free action, like kicking open a door.
On my next turn.
Yeah, your next turn. Unless you want to use your bonus action this turn to pick it up.
Point blank arrow. And that's out, so let's try this.
Yeah, right.
I think I'm gonna hide.
Okay.
As you should.
So you hide behind your friend Balthazar.
Do I do it? I do stealth check.
Stealth, yeah.
Yeah.
Contested against the perception.
That's 16.
One finds you. Yeah, they do not.
Okay.
So you're hitting from all but one of them. Next up,
When they die.
one of the trogs, the one that was pommeled but missed on the second attack. It saw you, Lanthau. It saw you try to hide.
Is it Balthazar at this point?
Hmm?
Did you get your...
These guys are before Balthazar.
I got a 5 for my initiative.
I don't mean to backseat DM here.
No problem. I appreciate that. That's all actually encouraged here, especially rule corrections, because I didn't get a chance to read the book this weekend. So we got 15.
No one got a chance to read the book this weekend, so that's why we're all helping each other out.
Yay! He misses the bite attack, however, both claw attacks connect
To who?
to Lanthau.
Oh man, Lanthau.
Uh-oh.
For 8 accumulative damage. Another uninjured trog attacks Balthazar, once with a bite attack, twice with his claws. One of the claw attacks is able to make its way through a gap in your plate armor, catching you on the neck for 5 damage.
Owie!
Next up is Balthazar.
Alright, so we have a bunch of grappled guys off in the distance that can't impact us, and then the 2 that are ungrappled.
Yeah.
And then one just hit me and a different one hit Lanthau.
The one that just hit you is uninjured. The one that hit Lanthau is injured.
I spit in the direction of the one that just hit me and then attack the one in front of Lanthau. With my sword. It's a 14.
Hits.
Sweet. Alright. Need 4. That's a 8, so 12 damage to that one. Was that the injured one or uninjured one?
You said the
one
one
in
that
front of
attacked
that
Lanthau, so that would be injured.
Injured. Okay, cool. So that's 12 to hit.
All right.
12 to hit.
He is bleeding to death in front of you, but he is still standing. You can see a major gash in his torso, and you can see the fear in his eyes at this point. Anything else on your turn?
I spit on that one and attack the one behind me.
Okay. Do it.
That's 17 to
You
hit.
hit.
That is 11 damage.
Alright.
And then I'm going to do another spell slot to do the Divine Smite. So that's 4 and 5 extra.
You killed that one outright. Do you want me to declare how that was done? Describe it,
Yeah, I stabbed it and then realized that it was still breathing, kind of frown, snarl a bit, and then go with the Divine Smite and kind of, light
Rip it
burst
into
his shit
Nice.
open, yeah.
Ah, fuck.
Lanthau, the trog that injured or attacked Balthazar, seeing this, tries to run, giving you an opportunity attack.
So this one goes kaput.
Yeah, he's
That one's
dead.
dead.
Oh,
That
fuck.
one's there and he's trying to run for it, which
Fuck.
would give Lanthau an opportunity
I'm gonna
to
fuck-
cut him on his way by.
Oh, he's still within range.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he's almost dead, too.
I'm gonna swing my my rapier right at his fucking ankles.
Well, you
pretty
didn't
much
pick it
like
up on your turn, so you can use one of
Oh,
your other
this-
weapons.
Okay, so I've still got my dagger, right? Because I think we talked about having one weapon and one ranged.
You can pull out your dagger. It's a fucking dagger.
Okay,
You're a
okay.
rogue.
Daggers are like XCOM pistols. It's
Yeah,
just-
Yeah,
that's
that's
your
just
sidearm.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Sidearm like
They just happened.
Overwatch.
So yeah, I'm just I'm going to I'm gonna dagger that fucker.
Achilles tendon.
Yeah, right at the fucking ankles. It's like eye level for me. But.
Eye level is ankle level.
So okay, so that's-
Platformers.
What are my
Platform
numbers? So that is what? Sorry, 18.
Hits.
Yeah, dude.
Earlier.
Sneak
Plus
attack.
7.
Does that count as
Yeah.
sneak?
19.
You're gonna catch more than his Achilles heel.
Sorry.
Whoops, cut the whole thing off.
So D4 plus 4, so 7 damage.
Yeah.
He's dead. You murdered him. Your dagger slitting his throat as he runs by you. He kind of makes it a couple feet and then
Yeah, face down in the dirt.
The remaining trogs, while you've been doing this, have been cutting themselves out of the ensnaring vines and all retreat, running off into the woods outside of the village. Do you want to try and track them down, stay initiative, or are you going to let them run?
I'm going after him.
Okay. In that case, Walter, what do you do? It's your turn.
Well,
They've used their full movement, so they're all 60 feet out.
are they headed into the forest?
Yeah.
Okay, so we gotta chase them.
Okay.
We gotta make sure these guys don't make it their way into the forest. They're just gonna destroy it. So, yep, I am going to go chasing after them. You see me just kind of fucking tear off.
Right. You see the strange crow man run off alone after these filthsome troglodytes. You use your full movement to do so?
Oh, sure.
Okay,
Yep.
so you're right behind them. Lanthau, your turn.
Are they within range to pick them off with my short bow?
Yep, you can still fire at them if they're 60 feet away at this point.
Yeah.
They're all uninjured.
I'm gonna short bow.
Does he count as hidden at this point to them?
Yes, so you'd have sneak attack.
Ooh, fucking sneak attack short bow, y'all.
Here it comes.
I'm sure
Yeah.
that probably hit that 19 is weird.
Dude, yeah, you gotta do something about that.
Swap that. I'll just use the.
It's all good. I mean, you know what's up.
So yeah, 19. I imagine that is.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So short bow. I'm gonna get you to have a look at this. So 1d6 plus 40. It's 4d6 to like any sneak attack, no matter what the weapon is.
I think it's 3d6.
Or 3d6,
Mhm.
but no matter what the weapon is.
Yep.
Okay.
That's your sneak attack damage.
Okay. No matter what.
OP.
So we're doing. Where was it again? Sorry, short bow. So we're doing 1, 7. What's that? 12. 13, and then 4. So 17. Is that right?
That's the numbers.
Numbers are
You
hard.
all but kill the trog that you hit with your arrow. His friends continue running slightly in front of him as he staggers a bit. He has 3 health left. Up next. Oh, do you want to use your bonus action to hide or anything?
Yes.
Roll to hide.
So stealth. Right? Oh shit. That's what was my stealth 7? 11.
11. Well, they're not really looking at you here. I mean, they're all running in other direction at this point. Next up would be Balthazar.
Yeah.
They're all 60 feet out.
I'm just gonna run after them all. Let's see, what is my movement? I can move another 60 feet.
Okay. Alright. The trogs all use their chameleon ability and hide from you as best they can as they use their full movement. Let's see here, we got. What are your passive perceptions?
Oh, pretty damn good.
Yeah?
One of my, I think I have
I only have 11.
And 12.
Wait, so you're just looking for wisdom?
A passive perception would be Wiz plus 10, I think.
Wiz plus 10.
10 plus percent of your
17.
perception.
Alright. So of the remainder, all but 2 were able to sneak away, but you can still see 2 within distance. Walter, it's your turn.
Alright, so, are they within 60 feet?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna, first of all, I'm gonna shapeshift into a panther.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do that,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna try and cut them off since I have 60 feet of movement range
Okay,
there.
go for it.
I'm gonna try and come around and pincer them. So you guys see me just fucking transform into some black but feathered cat and tear off
Yes.
around behind them.
The Crowman's a cat man now!
Lando. Anything else in your turn?
That's because I think transform counts as an action. There's no.
Oh, that means you don't be able to do your
30 feet.
speed. You wouldn't be able to double move.
Oh, gotcha. So
So-
transform and then move. I don't know if I
So
can.
you're
catch
within
around.
30 feet of them at this point.
So I'm gonna get into range with them
You
then.
could hiss maniacally at them.
Yeah.
So
See if I
scare
can
the
just-
shit out of these
yeah.
fools. All right, Lanthau.
Are they still
They're 60 feet.
within bow range?
Yep. You can try and pick one of them off.
Yeah, I'll do a sneak attack bow again. I hid last time, right? So I
Yeah.
still can sneak. Cool.
You're like,
It's
trying
like
to run away.
19 again.
It's
Jesus.
awesome.
All right,
This
your
one's-
bow
It's that missing paint.
shoots an arrow straight into one of them. For how much damage?
Oh, Jesus. Just grab all my dice.
Yes, throw him at the table.
So it should be 46 plus dex total.
So yeah, 4, 10, 16, 25.
Just about killed that troglodyte.
Yeah, it's.
Oh no, I didn't read enough.
Uh-oh.
There's a really cool ability that if a panther closes at least 20 feet towards an opponent, it can. The opponent has to make a DC check or be knocked prone, and I
Oh,
get
do you
an extra
pounce
check
on
pounce on
it?
him.
Nice.
That's
Should
awesome.
have waited until next turn to go for the pounce attack.
Lanthau's arrow goes straight through the back of the troglodyte's skull, ending its horrid life. One remains, though, and Balthazar is up for his turn. Sorry, I keep forgetting to give you your bonus action.
I'll just hide.
Okay.
I'm scared.
The gnome hides amongst his allies.
It's within 60 feet of me, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to move my 30 feet to close as much distance as I can, and then I will command it to I get one word right. Drop. We'll say halt.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's I think it's versus a DC or something like that. They have to do a wisdom save versus my 14.
Oh, okay, is this intimidation, or what are you doing right now?
This
The
is
spell.
the command spell.
Oh, okay,
So,
I see.
One creature, there's only one left that I
Yes.
can see, right? Yeah, one creature does a wisdom save, or wisdom save, or it gets disadvantage on attacks versus anyone but me, and wait, what the fuck? That's weird. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Okay, yeah, basically it follows one word command.
Okay.
So halt.
And the spell save DC of yours is?
14.
It's 15. It turns to you and kind of like flips you off in its weird
Yeah.
troglodyte way.
Alright.
Anything else on your turn?
I don't have any other way of doing any kind of bonus things, so I guess I'll just leave it at that.
You see it bend over and take a disgusting, like, white bird-like shit on the ground and gesture at you again and disappear into the darkness.
No. Okay. It's gone?
Since
End of
I have
initiative.
like low light vision, can I see it still?
It chameleoned out of your sight.
Oh, motherfucker.
You guys can go off searching for the trogs if you want, but you're out of initiative, at least right now.
Gotcha.
I think we need to run back to the city and see
Where
if
things
the
are.
people are okay.
Cool.
So that's what I would do.
First thing I'd like to do is go back
Oh, wait.
to the spot where I had shape-shifted and pick up my shit. 'Cause
Okay.
that's where my shit
Oh,
is.
but
Oh, that's
it
true.
transforms
It's what?
into your being, so it's
okay,
along
cool.
with you.
So it's all with me.
Yeah,
That'd be
with wild
really
shape,
bad.
you get to
Sorry,
keep
but
everything.
since I'm still in form, I'm gonna race back close enough here, but not enough that he's gonna be scared. So towards the edge of the forest that we're at, and I'll revert back to my original
Okay,
form.
so you're just at the kind of the edge of the village at this point.
Yeah, revert me, bro. I'm reverted.
How many trogs did we murder right there?
That was one,
Like
two,
3 got away
three.
or 4?
I'll give you
5 got
XP for 4 of them.
Only 4 of them?
I think 5 got away in total, and there were 9.
Oh, okay.
I mean, there were 10 total.
Oh.
If 5 got away, that means you got 5 of them. So you guys got. Let's see here. Times 5 divided by 3. You guys each got all rounded up 85 XP.
Yay!
Hooray!
Yeah. Got 1 high potion.
Awesome. So we're out of initiative. Like, we must save the village! Back to Sorlar! So I turn around and start running towards the village.
Lanthau and Mysterious Crowman, do you follow the Dragonborn back to the village?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. You see that the townspeople, having seen that you took care of at least the troglodytes, they've managed to put out the fire in the temple. Unfortunately, you also see that they've dragged the dead, burned body of Forwick out as well, hoping that they could have saved him, and they're all kind of standing around him talking over his body right now.
Is this the area that I'm familiar with? Is this a
You would have traveled through here, yeah.
many times
Yeah.
kind of thing? So I might know this guy, or I might, like, the villagers at least might know who I am?
Yeah, you definitely would have been recognized as someone, that's been walking around.
Okay, so I would first just like to kneel by Forwick and say some rites by Agran.
Okay.
Something to the tune of, like, in... Let me think on this.
Itsy bitsy spider.
Yeah. Something like, death... As death is the inevitable end of life, so too does life spring from death. So, and I'll put like some sort of either leaves or seeds on his body to like incorporate growth into that whole process.
All right. Excellently done. A portly human known to you as John Ton comes up to you and says,
John Ton's back.
"Oh, not Don John. This is John Ton."
Oh, John Ton is not Don John.
And he goes, "Hey, Pickpock, what'd you do this time?" He calls you Pickpock. you stupid crow god, bring bad luck like it always does. He's drunk, obviously. He's just trying to, like, cause trouble.
Yeah. I suggest you take yourself back with your flagon of ale and drown your sorrows there.
Okay. Just like, no negotiation. He just kind of was seeing what was going on. Saunders back to the
I'm,
tavern.
like, wiping my spear of troglodyte blood.
One of the militiamen who had actually hidden from the turmoil comes out and says, What happened here? Did the troglodytes set the fire to the temple? What did they have against Lathander? They always just come and steal our gold and maybe a child or two to eat, but they never burn or destroy anything. What happened?
The troglodytes showed up with and chaos followed them.
I see. Well, we surely must find more strong, able-bodied men to join our militia. Would you like to... I'm sure that the mayor would give you free housing for the next few months if you wish to reside here until we can replace them.
I wish that we could, but we have more pressing matters at hand that will impact you as well. So unfortunately, we cannot stay in.
Goodness heavens, what will we do? And you see the people kind of just go back to, like, tending to Forwick's body and... Go then! Go! Yeah. They don't seem to be very thankful for you killing the trogs.
Do I have any sort of anything that I can do? Actually, yeah, I want to do so I want to use my divine sense to see if I can feel holiness or unholiness from Forwick's body.
I would say holiness.
Okay,
Yeah.
good, very good.
I would say, on a scale of 0 to 10, he's a 7 on the holiness
On
scale.
the holy side.
I mean, he's
okay.
touched by the evil that killed him, but overall...
Okay, good.
And I did
Well,
bless
then-
his corpse. So
Yeah.
I definitely kneel and offer my respects. Grab my little vomit amulet and stuff, and then I think it may be time for us to depart. We'll leave in the morning and be sure that no more chaos happens tonight. But for the evening, we should take rest at the Fragile Jester if you would have us for just the evening. If anything happens, we will surely protect you. As
The
best.
proprietor of the Jester, or Fragile Jester, offers you room for no charge in exchange for your...
And the Fragile Jesters, at least if it's not the same place I was talking about in the story.
No, that's still another area entirely.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Never mind.
All
So
right.
I may have traveled through here, but I'm not a local, so to speak.
Crowman, what brings you to this town? Thank you for your save earlier. That was excellent. You fight honorably.
Thank you for that, Dragon Man. These are my parts here. I live in and around this area, but I don't.
These are my parts here.
Yes, I hope you'll enjoy them. No, this forest land is part of my domain. I travel to several different villages and trade things like furs and simple baubles and things like that. In exchange for story and mead and just general... I protect the forest. What brings you both here? You seem very out of place.
I look up at Balthazar and kind of... We've been getting that a lot.
Someone else wants to know why we're here.
Well, I too am a bit of an outsider here, but I make my home in the forest. You are welcome to join me there if you like.
We were simply passing through and on to other cities in the kingdom, so we must continue moving after this. There is a great evil coming onto the land. I fear that the Dragon Wars may start again.
I was about to say, tell me of the Dragon Wars.
What you know of the Dragon Wars may differ from their understanding. From your understanding, during the times of the Dragon Wars, dragons can easily be forced into their human form and killed easier.
Okay.
And their power can be sapped by other dragons in the process.
That's interesting. So you feel that the Dragon Wars have begun again. What makes you think this?
Many strange things. Beasts that have been gone for centuries are reappearing in towns across the land. The font of kings appears to be corrupted, and all of the power that holds together this great land of Usteldu? Usteldu. No, that's the capital city.
Odar.
Of Odarth appears to be faltering. We must reestablish the bounds or the seals that keep this land together.
I take a moment to think. I have noticed a lot more foul encroachment on the forest of late in the past few months now.
Yeah, have the Trogs attacked the city, really?
Not so forcefully.
Yeah, it didn't seem so. Everyone was surprised. I was surprised.
And especially to target the temple as opposed to, like, the commoners were saying just to steal or plunder. They're targeted. There's something more sinister about their movements here.
And I say, yeah, it's weird that the Trogs lit the temple on fire.
Yeah.
With the hint of suggestion.
Roll a deception check.
Against my wisdom, I'm going to be like,
21.
Wow.
21. A horse cries in the distance, distracting you from the gnomes.
It's
Bluff.
It's a prophecy.
I get distracted equally by the horse crying in the distance, the horse screaming for a champion in the distance.
Yeah.
And therefore do not have to provide commentary on the statements.
Well, if what you say is true, I think, much as I love my area here, my forest, we must, much as I love my area.
Your parts and your
The horse, yeah.
the horse neighs again.
We must make sure that never comes to pass. The Dragon Wars must stay in the past.
Yes, they must. Pray tell, what is your name, traveler?
Well,
Crowman traveler.
my name, in its natural tongue, can't be pronounced by a human tongue, but you can call me Pili Pala.
Pili Pala?
Yes. If I say it naturally, it sounds like a bird song.
Pili Pala.
Yeah.
I get it. Okay, cool.
The locals call me Pili Pala. And a pleasure to meet the both of you. What are you called?
It is a great name.
Dragon Man, what are you called?
My name is Balthazar Kronos, son of Zarsmok and rightful king of Abame.
Oh, wow. That's a lot. That's a lot to take in. And
You're telling me. It was like 2 sessions ago I found this shit out.
And you have, man?
Lantau Panoir, the last.
The last.
The last. I like that.
Wow.
I mean, until he finds him a nice gnome lady.
Gotcha.
Make fucking plenty more.
Okay.
The last Panoir for now.
Last pending. Yeah. Well, what say you we find ourselves an inn and discuss our next move?
Yes! Forsooth, the fragile jester has approved us, has offered to give us room and board for the evening for having slain most of those trogs. Well, half of those trogs. And they have nice beds.
The best beds.
Yeah. Let's go.
Classy beds.
So since I've been here before, I probably know where the Fragile Jester is.
Yep, it's in the same little township. The half-elf woman, Bertha, that runs it is there as always as you enter, and she says, "Oh, hello! Hello! I didn't realize you knew each other. Pickpock, good to see you."
Oh, yeah.
Pickpocket.
A pleasure once again. Thank you for offering your roof to us, essentially. We are just recent acquaintances, but it seems like we are destined to be upon the same path.
She slides 3 plates of Doombat wings onto the counter. These have been made into a bone broth of sorts, and with some regional vegetables mixed in. I realized that the others didn't give you as much thanks during all the commotion. I wanted to let you know how much I appreciate what you did defending us from those troglodytes. My son was taken from them, and I haven't been the same since.
Sorry for your son.
Yes.
For the loss of your son. How long ago was this?
She cries and runs into the back. I can't bear to talk about it.
I wonder if I
kind of go.
Can I check?
Doombat wings, my favorites. Thank you.
You just hear wailing from the back.
Yeah. Thanks for the Doombat wings.
It's like ugly crying.
So can I? Since I have a feat called Keen Mind, which allows me to remember really detailed things within the past month, and since I've been in the forest heavily, I wonder if I'd run into any remains of children in the forest within the troglodytes areas. So if I could be like, your son is out there, or he might not be, or like rip your son, depending on what I know.
Well, you know, troglodytes it's really unusual for them to travel during daytime, so it makes sense they would have attacked at night, and they live underground. So unless you have been
my way down there,
spelunking or anything, you probably didn't see any bodies. But
Gotcha.
You may know where troglodytes dwell, so you can tell them. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Well, I guess I would not have noticed any children being run off into the forest. But okay. I'm sorry for your loss. Let's have some Doomat wings.
Doombat wings, cheers. We plunk the little bone together with the base of the Doombat wing. Slurp some bone broth.
I'm good. Like a bird does, like with the side of its beak.
Do you help with that? Here, and I chew some up and like get ready to throw it up in his mouth.
Things are getting a little sexual here.
Elros taught me how to do this. Don't worry. I had to nurse a sparrow back to health once. Just a second.
No worries.
Tavern sounds, you guys.
Just JK.
Okay, so just to close out the evening, then, any novel patrons here that we should?
Baldrin looks over to you and goes like, "Hey, need more portals identified? I need money. I like money."
So do you actually know how much we have in our treasury? Is it less than? He was asking for 1,000 to identify this portal. He told us that it went to a different plane.
Went to the astral plane specifically, but not where in the astral plane.
And he said he could give us a precise answer for 1,000. We might be able to talk him down.
Yeah, the last thing I have is 988. But with unfortunately no more notes of that. We did get 1,500 gold from Frost Ripper.
How much?
1,500, but I wrote that gold amount on.
From Frost Ripper? Okay, Frost Ripper, yeah. And then we did go and did we do some shopping last session? I can't imagine it was that much.
So can I
Yeah,
ask?
I got 10 healing potions, silk rope, and hempen rope. Sorry, go ahead.
Can I ask? I mean, you guys are more than welcome to find out where it goes, but the astral plane is kind of like an in-between place that people go through to get to other portals. So, I mean, even if you found a specific place within it, it may not be super... I mean, this is basically like, if you want to get out of a spot to a random place where you might be in equal shit, that's kind of what that is there for.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it's not going to get you to a specific location of your choice.
That's good to know. Thank you for that insight.
It's like, roll the dice, let's get the fuck out of
Landau
here.
would know this from his experience and upbringing.
Have you been trapped in the astral plane before at Landau?
No, I've just heard my parents talk about it in their teachings in school.
That little nub tail, nubbins.
Nevers.
Your war cat
So cute.
approaches.
Armored war cat. Tiny bear cat.
The war cat growls.
The
Look at
horse
that. Look at the
screams for
camera.
champion.
Look at the camera.
Oh yeah, that's right. You knock everything over, cause all the chaos.
That was me, by the way, guys.
Okay, so if it's just a bardrin, we should probably I just go to fucking second.
Yeah, I know this guy. I've seen him around. I'm not playing his game. So I'm just gonna roll up to the second floor where my room is, and get some hay from the barn in my beak and build a small nest on the bed.
There you go.
Post up,
Inspiration.
ruffle my
That's
feathers.
so
By the
good.
way, inspiration stacks in our game,
Yeah.
so you can just.
Throw that on there. Look at that cat. Fuck your notes.
Otis does that exact same thing. Every time I'm prepping, I'll just sit on my books.
Fuck your notes.
Get some Lotus action on here. There we go.
Heather says hi to all of us adventurers.
Hello, Heather.
Hi, hello.
Heather, we didn't die yet.
Yeah. Sleepy time. I'm okay with that.
And so, you want me to get up and crow in the morning?
Yeah, do you have anything else to do before the end of the night? You guys gonna go to sleep?
I'm ready to pack it in.
Alright.
I'm ready to pack it up.
Do we heal at all while we sleep overnight?
Yeah, you get
Long rest.
Yeah, long rest. So
Okay.
should be back to full HP, normal hit dice. If you have any weapons that recharge at dawn, I would roll for that. And actually, how you guys doing on food?
I could
Doom
break
bats?
for
I'm kind of
that.
in that spot.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Are ya?
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude, if you're there, I would absolutely be good.
I'm
I
getting
think.
peckish.
So we could either. Do we want to pause recording? I think that
Yeah.
Lotus probably misaligned it. By the way.
Oh, I just did it on purpose so Lotus would be in on
Stare
the
directly at me.
action.